Okay, picture this. You walk into a giant warehouse, think the size of a few football fields, and you see row after row of products just sitting there. Some of it's moving fast, some of it's collecting dust, and somewhere, someone's sweating over a spreadsheet trying to figure out what needs to be ordered, what's running out, and what's just tying up money. Now multiply that by every company in America that sells physical stuff. Food, clothes, gadgets, you name it. That's trillions of dollars stuck in inventory limbo, all because the system for managing it is, honestly, kind of a mess. And here's the wild part. Even the big dogs like Tesla were wrestling with this exact problem. Yup, the same Tesla. That sending cars into space and building robots was, not too long ago, almost brought to its knees by supply chain headaches. Their teams were drowning in spreadsheets trying to keep up with demand, and it nearly tanked the company. No joke, Elon Musk himself said they were just weeks from disaster because they couldn't get inventory under control. But now there's this startup called Atomic, and they're not just patching the problem, they're flipping the script. Founded by two guys who actually lived through the Tesla chaos, Michael Rossiter and Neil Swidan, Atomic is using AI to make inventory planning not just smarter, but way faster and way less stressful. Seriously, their software can get a company up and running in like an hour. That's less time than it takes to binge watch a couple episodes of your favorite show. Hey, quick pause. If you're into stories about how tech is changing the game for real businesses, go ahead and hit subscribe. I've got a ton more of these coming, and you won't want to miss what's next. All right, back to Atomic. So, what exactly did these guys do that Tesla couldn't? Well, at Tesla, when things got really bad, they basically built a custom system from scratch, one that let them see in real time what was coming in, what was going out, and what needed to be ordered. It was like going from flying blind to having a GPS for your supply chain. But here's the catch. That system was built just for Tesla, under crazy pressure, and it wasn't something you could just plug into any other business. That's where Atomic comes in. Rossiter and Swidan took everything they learned from the Tesla meltdown and built a platform that any company can use. It's powered by what they call agentic AI. Basically, smart software that can look at all your data, run a bunch of what-if scenarios and tell you, hey, if you order this much now, you'll save money and never run out. And it doesn't matter if you're selling potato chips or yoga pants, the system adapts to whatever you need. The results? Pretty nuts. Early customers have seen their inventory costs drop by 20 to 50%, which, if you think about it, is like finding a secret stash of cash in your business. One company even cut its inventory in half and still kept a 99% in-stock rate. That's the dream, right? Less money tied up, but you never run out of the stuff people actually want to buy. And it's not just about saving money. Atomic's platform frees up a ton of time. Planners, those unsung heroes who used to spend hours wrangling spreadsheets, are now saving over 40 hours a week. That's an entire work week back, just by letting the AI handle the grunt work. Imagine what you could do with an extra week, every month. But maybe the coolest part is how Atomic lets you play out different scenarios, kind of like a video game. You can say, what if demand spikes next month? Or what if our supplier is late? And the system shows you exactly what'll happen and how to react. It's like having a crystal ball for your business, but way more practical. Now, let's zoom out for a second. Why is this such a big deal? Because until now, most companies, even the big ones, were stuck with clunky old software, or worse, just Excel files and a prayer. These systems are slow, hard to update, and they don't play nice with each other. So when something goes wrong, like a shipment gets delayed or demand suddenly changes, people scramble, mistakes happen, and money gets wasted. Atomic's approach is different. It plugs right into whatever you're already using, pulls in your data, and starts making sense of it immediately. No months-long setup, no expensive consultants, just results. And it's not just for the Fortune 500 crowd. Atomic's whole mission is to make this kind of supply chain superpower available to everyone, from startups to big brands. That's huge, because it levels the playing field. Suddenly, the little guys can move just as fast as the giants. Let's get a little real here. If you've ever worked in retail or even just managed a stockroom, you know how stressful it can be to keep things in balance. Too much inventory, and you're wasting money and space. Too little, and you're losing sales. It's a constant juggling act. Atomic takes that pressure off your shoulders. It's like having a super organized friend who's always a step ahead, making sure you've got just enough of everything, all the time. And the tech isn't just smart, it's flexible. The system can handle all kinds of industries, from food and drinks to clothes and gadgets. It learns as it goes, so if your business changes, the AI adapts. That's a big deal, especially now when things can shift overnight. Remember the toilet paper panic of 2020? Imagine if stores had this kind of tech back then. Maybe we wouldn't have seen those empty shelves for weeks. Now let's talk about the people behind Atomic for a sec. Rossiter and Sweden aren't just tech guys. They're operators. They've been in the trenches dealing with the same headaches as everyone else. That's why they built Atomic to be super easy to use. No coding, no complicated setup. You just plug it in and it starts working for you. One of their clients even said, "Atomic is the one SaaS tool that's open all day, every day on my laptop. I can't do my job well without it." That's not just hype. That's someone whose life got a whole lot easier. And the impact goes beyond just saving time and money. By freeing up cash that would have been stuck in inventory, companies can invest in other things, new products, better, marketing, even hiring more people. It's like giving your business a shot of adrenaline. But here's what really sets Atomic apart. It's not just a tool, it's a new way of thinking about supply chains. Instead of reacting to problems after they happen, you're planning ahead, making smarter decisions, and staying ahead of the curve. That's the kind of edge that can make or break a business, especially when things get unpredictable. And look, I know AI gets thrown around a lot these days, but this isn't just buzzwords. Atomic's system is actually out there, making a difference for real companies. They've already raised a few million in seed funding, and they're backed by folks who know what it takes to build something big, including John McNeil, who used to be president at Tesla. That's some serious credibility. So if you're running a business or even just curious about how the stuff you buy actually gets to the shelf, Atomic's story is worth paying attention to. They took a problem that almost broke Tesla and turned it into a solution that anyone can use. That's not just smart, that's game-changing. And honestly, it's kind of inspiring. It shows that even the biggest challenges, like untangling the mess of global supply chains, can be solved with the right mix of experience, technology, and a little bit of grit. It's a reminder that sometimes the best solutions come from people who've lived through the pain themselves and decided, there's got to be a better way. So next time you see a fully stocked shelf or get your online order delivered right on time, remember, there's a whole world of tech working behind the scenes to make it happen. Thanks to companies like Atomic, that world's getting a whole lot smarter and a lot less stressful for the folks making it all work. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, don't forget to subscribe. I'll be sharing more behind the scenes. Looks at how technology is changing the way we live and work. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one.